Hey guys, Landon Smith here with Remax Professionals, and I am your expert here in the South Denver metro area. And people like this and this and this and this are reaching out regularly to plan their move to the south part of the Denver area so that they can make sure to have all the information that they need and plan their move successfully so everything goes smoothly. So that's what I'm here for. I'm also here to help you with that real estate purchase if you are coming in to buy here in the Denver metro area. And if you need to sell, I'm your guy. I would be happy to help with that too. But here is the content for today. We're going to focus on cost of living in Highlands Ranch specifically. Okay, so Highlands Ranch isn't even a city. It's actually city of Littleton, Colorado, which is just southwest of the Denver metro area. It is very much a suburb of Denver, and it's the largest HOA in the country. And so we're going to talk about the cost of living. And I hope that as I'm going through some of these costs that you're thinking about like, okay, how does that compare with my local market, with my local budget? And if you're like me, you've got to know your numbers before you move to a new area and make sure that you're on it so that your budget doesn't get out of whack. And so, you may watch this video and say, yeah, Highlands Ranch is like perfect for us. We can do this. And you may watch it and say, man, it's just a little pricey. Maybe we need to go somewhere else because it is a little bit on the higher end as far as cost of living goes. So here we go. We'll start out by saying Highlands Ranch has a cost of living index overall of 143.6. This simply means that they're 43.6% higher than the U.S. national average and 19.2% higher than the Colorado average. So Colorado has a higher cost of living than most states, and Highlands Ranch is one of the more expensive areas to live in Colorado as well. And so we'll talk about some of the housing expenses. Your median home price is $709,800, which is 109.9% more expensive than the national average of $338,000. So more than double. And then 34.6% more than the most expensive, or the national or the Colorado average, which is $527,000. And then if we look at just average price in Colorado, it's $716,000, which creates, if you put 20% down, average payment monthly with interest rates where they're at today, right around 6.75%, is going to be $4,450 per month. And that's with taxes being about $4,200 a year on average, home insurance on an average house being about $4,500 a year, and then your principal and interest tied into that. So hopefully that gives you a good idea on a monthly budget of where you would be with the average sized home. And I would say the average sized home in our market is about 2,100 square feet above ground plus a basement. Most homes have basements here. You'd have about 1,000 in the basement, and that's what gets you about 700,000 in Highlands Ranch. And it'll get you a little bit more in other areas outside of Highlands Ranch. So hopefully that makes sense, and we'll keep going here so you can see some of the other average costs. So average rent in in Highlands Ranch is about $2,500. For a 2-bedroom apartment, you're going to pay $2,145 per month, which is 45% more than the national average as far as that goes. Utilities, you actually save a little bit of money. So your average utility cost is 6% lower than the national average. And then transportation tends to be 14.9% higher than the national average. And, as far as overall groceries go, you pay about 3% higher cost here in Colorado compared to other markets. Healthcare costs in Highlands Ranch are 16.9% lower than the national average. So you get a little back there. And then your median household income is $155,000. There definitely are a lot of dual income households here in Highlands Ranch. Highlands Ranch has a livability score of 74, indicating a really good quality of life. And you should know Highlands Ranch offers excellent amenities. It's really important to consider, the cost of living and weigh that with, how much you're going to enjoy living here. We've got 4 rec centers in the HOA. We've got 26 parks within that same area, and miles and miles of trails and open space, and 2,500 acres of open space in Highlands Ranch, whether that be just between homes or actual hiking and biking trails that you can use. So lots of outdoor activities to help your mind to get outdoors, to be active and have a healthy mental lifestyle. So here's some specifics. Your average energy bill is $174. Average phone bill is $168. And as far as transportation goes, average price on gasoline right now is $3.32. That's always a moving target. And then as far as groceries go, a loaf of bread will cost you on average $4.11. Gallon of milk, $4.85. Carton of eggs, $3.59. And a bunch of bananas, 75 cents. Your average hamburger is $5.74 in Colorado or in Highlands Ranch. And then as far as healthcare goes, your average doctor's visit here, $141. Average dental visit, $116. Optometrist visit, $129. Average prescription drug cost is $245. And then average veterinary visit is $72. So overall, healthcare costs tend to be 1% higher than the national average. We've got some great hospitals here. There's Children's Hospital. We've got some amazing UC Health facilities here in Highlands Ranch, and Sky Ridge, which is just outside of Highlands Ranch in Lone Tree. But there's definitely a lot of jobs created through those hospitals, and they're not very far away. Depending on where you live in Highlands Ranch, you're about 10 minutes from a hospital, and probably only 5 minutes from an urgent care facility. So definitely very accessible as far as that stuff goes. And so if you want a more detailed overview on cost of living, you can definitely reach out to me, and I'm happy to give you more information that you may be looking for. But hopefully that gives you a rundown, a breakdown. And if you're, more of a spreadsheet person, you can kind of put your budget in and just adjust the budget based on some of the numbers that I've been telling you, especially by using that index. 143% is the cost of living index. And so whatever your costs are currently, maybe just add 43.6% to that. And then it could get you to a closer number that matches what our market would be or what your life would look like here in Highlands Ranch. And that should help you. And again, if Highlands Ranch is looking like it's a little bit higher on price, we can help you in neighboring cities like Parker, Castle Rock, Littleton even. There's Inglewood, there's Sheridan, there's some other cities close by that have, up to 19% lower cost of living than what Highlands Ranch has. And so keep in mind, I live here, I work here in Highlands Ranch, but we help people all over the Denver metro area, especially on the south side of town here. We're very well versed in all these other cities too, and we'd love to help you if you're planning a move to the south part of the Denver metro area. And so I would just say there's a lot to love, in these areas. There's a reason why people are willing to pay a little higher cost of living here, and it's all relative. If you're coming from the Midwest, the pricing may seem outrageous. And I had a person call me one time from Iowa, and they were moving from Des Moines, and this was years ago. This was probably 8 years ago, but she was looking for a 4-bed home, and she said, "I'm pre-approved for $150,000. I need 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms." And I had to break her heart and tell her, "Man, I can't even get you a garage for that price," But it's average house, like we talked about here. In all of Colorado is about 550,000. And then, some of these nicer areas, your average is going to be in the low 7s, but entry level stuff, if you're looking for an entry level single family home, you can get that for $5 to $550 in Highlands Ranch, and you can get it for, $4 to $450 in a lot of other areas. So that's kind of how this compares, and you could run numbers on that if you want to, just be on the smaller side or on the lower side of cost, in our market and still survive. Because obviously, if your work's here, you got to be here. If you have to go into the office every day, and got to do whatever you can to make that happen. We do have condos that are between $250 and $350. Typically, well, I mean, they go all the way up to luxury condos, right, for over $1 million. But that's your lower end range. And then townhouses from $350 to $450 is really kind of the sweet spot there for townhomes. And those can be great options. Tend to not have huge yards, little, 6x6 patios, that sort of a thing. We don't have a lot of townhomes in our market with big extended yards like other markets that I've seen, but there are some options there, to have a little space for your pet still and have a townhouse. And that's something that we deal with all the time because we have a lot of people that have dogs in Colorado. It's very common because we're 300 plus days of sunshine, and we have a lot of people that love to get outdoors with their best friend on a leash. So that's very common, and no matter what your situation, we can help you, and tailor it to your personal needs and make sure that we're creating a search that is designed to keep you in budget because we really care. Hope you know that for me and my team, we really do care about you being comfortable, not being house poor, but making sure that you're in a comfortable spot with your mortgage payment and you can still afford to do the things that you want to do, or maybe support your kids' activities, go on vacations, do other things to enjoy life, because obviously life is not just your house. There's other things that come into play, and we fully understand that. So my cell phone information is here, and all of our contact info, social media links are here. So easy to reach out to. If you have any questions, just shoot me a text and or call me, and I'm happy to answer personally and help you with your specific situation. And appreciate you listening today. If you don't mind subscribing so that you can see more videos just like this one, but with a little different angle so that you get to know parts of town better if you're planning a move here to Colorado or the Denver metro area. And we're always happy to help and never too busy.